Hi everyone, welcome back to Sean's Kitchen. Today we're diving into the rich culinary traditions of Goa with a classic recipe, Goan Sorpotel. This dish is packed with bold flavors and tangy, spicy kick that makes it an absolute favorite. Whether you're cooking for the festive occasion or just to treat yourself, this recipe is sure to impress. In this video, I'll guide you step by step through the process of making this mouth-watering delicacy. So let's get started. To kick things off, we'll first boil the pork. For this, the ingredients you'll need are 1 kg of washed boneless pork, and along with this, here we will also take 250 grams of washed pork liver, 2 slit green chilies, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Once we have all the ingredients ready, we will then take a large vessel and add the 1 kg of washed boneless pork, and along with this, here we will also add pork liver, the 2 slit green chilies, the turmeric powder, salt, and 3 cups of water. We will then give everything a good mix and stir all of it really well. While doing this, we will set the flame to medium and let this boil for about 30 minutes. While it's cooking, keep an eye on it and give it a stir every 10 minutes to ensure even cooking. This step is crucial to infuse the meat with the flavor while softening it. While the pork is boiling, we will simultaneously make the masala of the sorpotel. For that, we will take a grinder jar, and to this we will add 15 dry red chilies, and along with this here we will also add 15 garlic cloves, 2-inch piece of ginger, 1 teaspoon of peppercorns, 6 cloves, a 2-inch cinnamon stick, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a cup of vinegar, and half a cup of water. After adding all of these ingredients to the grinder jar, we will then blend them into a smooth paste. The vinegar here not only adds the tanginess but also acts as a preservative, making sorpotel taste better as it sits. If the paste feels too thick, don't hesitate to add a little more water to get the right consistency. A smooth masala ensures the flavors coat the pork perfectly. Once done, set it aside and let's check on our pork. By now, the pork should be perfectly boiled. We'll turn off the flame and let it cool down completely. Once it's cool enough to handle, we will strain the pork and keep the water stock aside, which we'll be using later on for the sorpotel. Now comes an important step, which is chopping the pork and liver into small pieces. The smaller the pieces, the better they'll absorb the masala. Once you've chopped them, you can then keep this aside. Next, let's fry the pork and liver, and for that, we will take a large pan and add 2 tablespoons of oil. We will heat the oil, and once it's hot, we will add a quarter of the chopped pork and liver. We will then fry this for about 4 minutes while stirring this occasionally. Frying enhances the flavor and texture of the meat, giving it a slightly crispy edge. Once done, we'll then remove the pork and set it aside on a plate. We'll repeat this process in 2 to 3 batches depending on the size of the pan. Take your time with this step because frying in small batches ensures that each piece gets evenly cooked and doesn't overcrowd the pan. Once all the meat is fried, we're ready to move on to the next step. Using the same pan, we will add 3 chopped onions. We will saute them for about 4 minutes or until they turn to a slightly golden brown color. The caramelized onions add sweetness and balances the spice of the masala. Even more so, considering we added 15 dry red chilies to the masala paste. Once the onions turn to a light golden brown color, we will then add the fried pork and liver back into the pan. And along with this, here we will also add the masala paste which we had prepared earlier. We will then mix everything really well to coat all of the meat evenly in the masala. Once you're done mixing all of this really well, we will then pour in the reserved pork stock which we had kept aside earlier. The stock here brings this dish completely together, creating a rich and flavorful base. Once you're done adding all of the pork stock, we'll give this a good stir. Once you're done mixing all of these ingredients, we will then cover the pan with a lid and let it simmer on medium flame for 12 minutes. After 12 minutes, you can then remove the lid and check the consistency of the curry. It should be slightly thick but still saucy. At this point of time, you can give it a taste and adjust the seasoning with more salt or vinegar if needed. Also, here's a pro tip. Sorpotel tastes even better the next day. So what I would suggest is let it rest overnight, and when you do reheat it the next day, add a splash of water and let it simmer for a few minutes on low flame. This resting period deepens the flavors of this dish. And there you have it. The Goan Sorpotel is ready to be served with anything as per your liking, whether it be rice, Goan bread, or sanas. Either way, you'll have to watch it disappear from the table. Thank you for joining me today on Sean's Kitchen, and I hope you enjoyed the step-by-step guide to making this Goan Sorpotel. When you do try out this recipe, do let me know how it turns out in the comments below. I would genuinely like to know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more recipes like this one. See you next time on Sean's Kitchen.